Okay guys, sa episode ng ating Quadcom ngayon, pag-uusapan naman natin ang mga presidentiables. And sabi ni Richard nga, the last episode, pag-uusapan na natin yung mga pros of being presidentiables or ng mga each of the presidentiables. I'm sorry Richard, I'm gonna go off script. I'm gonna talk about some of the cons of each one as well. Hindi pwedeng pros lang eh.
Parang boring eh, pag pros lang eh, no?
Ano tayo? Promotion? Hindi. Okay ang pros. And yes, that's a challenge para lahat tayo makita natin.
Constructive naman.
Yes.
Yun.
Pero kung may nakita tayong mali, babanggitin ko yan.
constructive,
And I'm sure hindi
constructive.
mapipigil din ni
Mark
Mark yan eh.
ko yan because I didn't ask that of
John Vic.
John Vic Remulla.
Wow, you started
that
with
day.
John Vic.
Because we started this day's episodes, diba? You asked me about my interview with John Vic. Actually, I didn't ask him that. I know Karen Davila asked him that day.
Yes.
And others na una. I didn't ask him that, but for me, in theory, if you're BBM, you really want to have some sort of candidate of your own. Kasi otherwise, well, let's be honest, BBM wants to be safe. And Remullas are also involved dun sa ICC ni Digong. So, kumbaga, they need an insurance policy. I don't think they can trust the Pinks to save them. If anything, the Pinks could also go after BBM and all of that, right? So, at this point in time, I just feeling ko Vince Dizon's luster is not there anymore. I think it was a really short flame and like Torre is now basically independent na. I think medyo hindi na siya all in for the admin. At the very least, I can see him running for Senate in a combined list together with Laila De Lima, Jel Jokno. Parang ito yung maging grand coalition ng mga iba't ibang non-DDS Senate slate. But he could be also still in the conversation VP. But the Remullas makes sense to be at least considered by the president as a... Kasi one of the biggest voting bloc yung nila, di ba, Cavite. And then they're two Remulla brothers. They're very influential. And then, honestly, from my conversation with the guy, we can have a long conversation about the Remullas. I'm not necessarily a fan of that brand of leadership and all of that, but he's smart. I mean, he's naturally smart. I mean, he's a guy known to get things done. I was just told the other day, siya pala may pakanan dun sa... Kasi, one of my biggest surprises is how good UP is again in basketball. Kasi I was like, parang galing ng UP ngayon, parati na sa finals. John Vic had something to do pala with that, no? He organized all the alumni ng mga alumnus ng UP. Meron sa parang move up, something like the movement. Di ba? Alam mo yan.
Nowhere to go but up.
Nowhere but go up. Exactly. He organized the resources na. Kaya ngayon UP, sobrang galing ng UP mag-recruit ng, you know that, right? So I didn't know those things. And then, he's barely 1.5 year as DILG. Ang dami nangyari sa DLG. And to be honest, even if I'm not gonna take it from him, I take it from the data I saw from interview ko with Claire Castro earlier this year. Actually, crime rates, index crimes, are not so bad. Actually, things are cleaning up. So, I mean, DILG is not looking so bad. So, and he's relatively young. He's fit and all. And ask him like,
He has the look.
He has the look. He's tall pala, no? He's like 6'1". It's like, wow, he's taller than like. And laki ng katawan, di ba? Sabi ko, and he was like very honest. Sabi niya, kasi di ba yung kuya nagkasakit, yung dad niya nagkasakit, parang conscious na siya about living healthy life. Hindi siya nagyabang na because, you know, Adonis sa organ. But anyway, he can pala turn on the charm rin pala. Kasi usual lang dating ng mga Remulla mayabang eh, di ba? Coming from me, obviously. But in fairness, he can also switch on the charm and so I'm talking about the politics here. This is not a moral argument. This is not anything. But anyways, I didn't ask him about the presidential thing. But suddenly now everyone's talking about him as a presidential, and he's not denying it. He's entertaining it. What do you think about it?
Okay, unang-una Richard, pag pinakinggan mo si Richard, he sounds like he's fangirling over John Vic Remulla.
Grabe ka naman.
Di ba parang ano talaga eh? Parang sobrang fangirling eh. Wow! Nakilala lang. Did you get his autograph, by the way?
We're gonna talk about BAM soon. So
So sa akin, John Vic Remulla, okay. For me, I was never a fan of the Remullas before. So I'll start with that. Until Boying Remulla became DOJ Secretary, nakita ko yung ginawa ni Boying Remulla as DOJ, and I said, "Uy, I like how he performs." So, okay ako doon, number one. Ngayon, as an ombudsman, I like what he's saying. I like what he's doing. I wish him the best. And, right now, I am a fan of what he's doing. So, take that. Okay, then, eto na. With John Vic, sabi ko, this guy looks like a smart guy. Good-looking guy. Presentable. Tapos, yung nabilib ako kay John Vic, yung narinig ko na nag-apologize siya sa contribution ng kanyang pamilya sa paglaki ng mga Pogos. Dahil nga binenta nila yung property nila, yung Cove Island sa Pogo, that became a Pogo Island. Nagsabi siya, I apologize for my family that we made a mistake. The fact that he even did that, sa akin, he didn't have to do that, pero ginawa niya.
He didn't deny their dynasty. Sabi ko, what do you think about anti-dynasty? Sabi niya, kung parang asteroid, ma-extinct na kami, then so be it. So, he didn't even deny their dynasty. Unlike some people, Duterte's would deny their dynasty or whatever. Like, I mean, he has that kind of effortless transparency, if you can put it that way.
Yeah, so that for me was the good thing. Na nakikita mo na pag may mali, aaminin niya, kiko-correct niya, hindi niya itatago yung mga pagkakamali. So I was like, okay, that's good. That says to me na kahit papaano may integridad yung taong to. Okay, next. DILG Secretary, he's doing well. I think naman he's doing his job. Tapos yung mga dahil sa rallies, nakita mo yung lumalabas siya, naglalakad doon, arms folded, para siyang military man, nagche-check sa mga pulis, sa mga rally, tapos sinisigurado niya na...
There was no abuse and all. The latest one.
And then, ito pa sa akin, yung nagustuhan ko, nung nakulong si Vitali, yung streamer na, streamer na Vitali. Nasabi niya, tuturuan natin itong eleksyon.
Wala nang steroids.
Yeah, wala nang steroids. Pero,
mas malaki na si John Vic ngayon.
pero di ba sa akin, that's good that he did that because we should not allow foreigners.
Mistreat us in our own country especially.
Sounds familiar, ano? In the last administration, mga dayuhan, ginagago ang Pilipinas at ang mga Pilipino. Sounds familiar, West Philippine Sea, di ba? So John Vic showed a low-hanging fruit.
Macho kind of like, hey, this is our country, like, don't mess around. Nakita mo biglang lumit si Vitali
Tapos hindi kinakausap ni Vitali si John Vic, hindi niya tinitignan sa mata. That's you're showing superiority. Sabi ko, good, I like that. Okay, so that's the good part about John Vic. Oh, sorry. Ito na yung
Yung negative, yung cons.
ito lang ang negative ko. Hindi naman masyad negative, pero ito lang, guys. Guys, kung tumakbo si John Vic Remulla as president, tapos yung kapatid niya is the ombudsman, I think that's a big problem. Magkapatid kayo holding two very powerful positions. One is the president, the other one is the people's watchdog. Oh, Lord. I don't think that should be the case.
Conflict of interest.
Absolute conflict of interest.
Yun. Will you resign as the ombudsman? So people are openly saying, if ever your brother becomes a president, would you resign? Boying said no. So they have to resolve that. That's
Exactly. Yun ang sinasabi ko. That's why, for me,
one
that's...
has to give way.
So that's one. Pero at the same time, nung sinabi naman ni John Vic, he wasn't, what I like is the transparency. Sabi niya, yeah, I'm open to running for president. He didn't deny it. May iba magde-deny. Siya, no. I'm open to running. It's a possibility, he said. But, sabi niya, kailangan isa lang. Sinabi niya, only one. Now, if that's me. Kung hindi, then whoever it is, dapat doon tayo kung sino yung administration ticket. So, I like that, the transparency. So, for now, yun muna yung sa akin. Oh, Mark.
Just sorry, last I also appreciated, because I'm sure he knows Torre is a good friend too, right? And I appreciate General Torre for what he did for the country, not because mabait siya sa akin or whatever. So he emphasized na sinigurado niya na yung turnover from Torre to the current PNP chief ay walang bahid na schadenfreude and gloating and all. At saka very toned down yung process. Usually if there's a new PNP chief, may laking screen doon, sobrang toned down. So that means internally he's also, let's be honest, there was this thing about Torre and John Vic, let's be honest. That was so he has the maturity to also like bring that down. And he purged the Napolcom of all the Duterte holdovers. That was a serious problem. Ang dami mga Duterte holdovers na may tenure sa Napolcom na nilalaro yung mga investigations and all, tinatakpan yung mga kalokohan. So there are many layers before you were doing your own version of fangirling. If you had gave me a chance to explain the other reasons. Yeah. Okay. Tama na. Ikaw na.
Yung sa mga positives nasabi niyo na karamihan eh. So, ako gusto ko na pag-usapan yung sa winnability lang. Kasi yun ang syempre ang number one concern. Ang problema ko kay Sec John Vic, lahat ng mga positives na sinabi nyo, I totally agree. Marami siyang magandang nagawa. Ang nakikita kong parang pareho sila is yung sa case kay Abalos eh. na during Abalos as DILG, maraming magandang nagawa din si Abalos. Nakita ko naman yung mga programa niya. Like yung for drugs, yung BIDA program, gano'n. Marami siya mga ginagawang gano'n. Kaso wala masyadong dating sa tao eh. Hindi masyadong nagva-viral, hindi masyadong nagaano. And ngayon, there's still a perception na kumalat yung drugs kahit na sa mga records shows na hindi.
Yep.
Na nag-lower yung crime, nag-lower yung ano. So, I think yun yung dapat tutukan ni Secretary John Vic. He has 2 years. Pakitang gila siya na find the problem, he'll show the solution, so solving niya. For example nga, ito, wala akong on top of my mind maisip ka agad, pero for example, sa BFP, ano ba naman yung gumawa ka ng isang istasyon na state of the art, yun yung parang ideal na istasyon lahat, latest trucks, latest ano. So, ito na yung future ng BFP natin, ganyan na magiging ano. So, yung visual ba? Para nakikita ng tao na, nga, no.
Right.
So, he should have projects that could go viral para makita ng lahat. Kasi ang problema sa panahon ngayon, kahit maganda yung nagagawa mo, pag hindi nagba-viral, kayo lang nakakaalam.
No one knows, it never happened.
Oo eh.
Yeah.
Pero kumbaga tayo, inaaral natin, nakita natin maganda yung pero yung ordinaryong tao, hindi na umaabot sa kanila yung magagandang ginagawa eh. So sayang. So I think ganun kay Secretary John Vic, he should show that. Pangalawa, dahil since aminado naman siya, dynasty sila sa Cavite, might as well show yung lahat ng mga magandang nagawa nila sa Cavite under Remulla.
Embrace it.
Kasi Cavite naman, in fairness, is fast developing naman. Laguna and Cavite, di ba? So maganda, he could highlight that kasi that seems to work for a lot of mga tumakbong.
Exhibit A, Davao style.
Davao, the Binay sa Makati and ano. So I think yun yung pwede niyang gawin in the next 2 years for him to have a shot, kung hindi presidency, VP hanggang senator.
Hindi talaga tayo nagko-cons, nag-advise pa tayo, free advice.
Oo, yun.
Ang bait naman natin.
Kasi nga, nakita mo naman, he's performing good. We want him to do well.
Yeah.
Diba?
I mean, he has better hair than Abalos, for sure. And he doesn't put that...
The rose-colored
that
glasses.
like Hong Kong 80s movie. Like, he has better visuals. Let's just put it that way. I'm sorry.
Kung baga, kung gusto mo magbigay ng fashion advice kay Abalos, right?
First the hair, second the like, come on, man. Like, he looks like a 1980s Jackie Chan or something like that.
Di ba gumawa siya ng parang movie or something? Di ba si Abalos na, oh my God, parang action figure.
Like, yeah, basta don't do that. But I mean, in fairness, before we make fun of Abalos, there was another DLG secretary that ran for president at Sumablay, Mr. Pajak, diba? Like, so he has a lot to learn. Not do what Maro has did,
Yes.
But in theory, the ILG gives you a lot of room. Build support on LGU level, have presence across the country. Security issues will be under you. Next year, world leaders coming in. He could be there in the mix. So in short, he'll have a lot of opportunities to shine, right? So good. Torre could shine. He could shine. The more, the merrier. But feeling ko lang, for admin, as of now, it looks like the Remullas are really the ace card of BBM. I don't think he has anyone else. I don't think Vince, Torre is kind of his own guy na. But what about Remulla as VP of a joint candidate with the other side?
With who?
It could be anyone. It could be Risa, it could be Bam, it could be Lenny, it could be... Like, could you see that working?
You mean like as a VP for any of those, si Remulla?
Unity candidate.
That would work. I think that would actually
be much more viable, to be honest.
Yeah, and acceptable. And at least may makikita ka doon na parang, kasi most likely tatakbong president are going to be the females. Sabi mo na.
Oh, yeah.
Lenny, Risa, dalawa yan. Sarah, di ba? So, pag may lalaki ka as VP naman na gano'n, why not? And then it's got a very strong image like that, pwede yun. That could actually work.
So like Risa and Remulla, something like that. Because honestly, funny thing I heard is, from people in the inner sanctum, if they're gonna support the pink for presidency, I think the preference is the VP will come from their side para may insurance din sila. And then, they like Riza more, which is interesting.
Really? As compared to?
As compared to Lenny or Aquino.
Wow, okay, so sige.
And I don't know, you have seen, di ba? A lot of loyalists would say they're more comfortable supporting a Riza than an Aquino. Kasi parang may konting bad blood pa. Although, it's easy to argue against that. You could say like once there's an existential threat, we'll forget. But as of now, mas magaan si Risa sa mga loyalists. Kasi, remember, the presidential list is a long list. The final list will be much shorter, and dun magkakaalaman talaga sinong second preference mo eh. And my sense is Riza is a strong second preference for a lot of loyalists. Not to mention, if Lenny doesn't run and Bam doesn't run, Pinks will have to go with Riza. Alam naman they'll go with Sara.
course.
So Riza for me is still very strong.
Yeah,
Very strong candidate.
but at the same time kasi naman, si Lenny naman is very strong with the DDS. Mas acceptable si Lenny sa DDS, di ba?
But
Think
DDS will have Sara.
You're right, of course.
Kaya nga, yun yung problema. You know what I'm saying?
May moderate kasi.
May
moderate na
DDS,
who likes Digong. Pero
but not Sara. So Isko. So Isko's DDS. That's a good point. So Lenny's strength will be she will not get all loyalists. She'll still get some. She'll get definitely the pink, and she'll get soft DDS na ayaw kay Sara pero gusto kay Digong. Is that your argument?
I think she'll also get a lot of the loyalists, si Lenny. I think
If it comes down to
it, because remember, a lot of the loyalists are so against the Dutertes.
They'll vote for anything.
They will
that
vote
wins.
for anyone aside
That
from the
wins.
Duterte. I mean, look, we were getting bashed for being anti-BBM. And then now, people are saying, oh, thank you for defending BBM. And you know what? We support the Pinks. Ganun na yan eh.
No, that's why number 2 and 5 si Bam and
Right.
Kiko.
Because at the end of
Because
the day,
they got the vote of all sides. Yeah.
sinasabi mo na nga to Richard, there's an existential threat kasi. And that existential threat can wipe everyone out. Literally, para sa akin, it's true that sabihin natin, pag makabalik ang mga Duterte, balik ang ligaya ng ating mga korap at ang mga abusado. They were so bad at abusing the system. Grabe talaga pinagsamantalahan na nila ang buong Pilipinas at lahat ng Pilipino. Habang yung mga supporters sila, natutuwa pa, nag-cheer pa, go, more. Nakakatawa nga sinasabi na nga sa mga mukha ng mga DDS supporters na ginagago kay Di Sara, tuwan-tuwa pa sila. Hindi, gusto nga namin yan Na parang sinasabi lang nila yan dahil I don't care what you say. I'm gonna support Sara kahit sabihin mo na gago siya, mamamatay tao at corrupt siya dahil ayoko lang sa inyo. So I'll just shove it in your face and I will accept the corruption just to shove it in your face. Kumbaga double down. Okay, so yun ang problema sa mga DDS supporters. Anyway, back to the presidential balls. Okay. For me, if either Risa or Lenny will run, right? Obviously, or Bam. Hindi pwedeng tatlo, hindi pwedeng dalawa. It has to be one. And from what I heard from the camps, okay, they're all saying the same. We are all gonna work together for one
Just
unified
one,
candidate. Walang argument doon. All of them have said that already. Na isa lang. And even all of their the people around them, sina Laila, sina Kiko, everyone saying that na isa lang ang i-field. Here's the thing. Let's say for example, BBM does field a candidate, a presidential candidate. So tatlo yan, three-way running yan. I think the strategy would be for BBM, if I were BBM, would be to put a weak
Parang
candidate.
yung ginawa ni Arroyo nung 2010.
Yeah.
Parang Gibo style.
Not just weak, that is acceptable to the DDS.
To split the DDS.
Yes. Para yung DDS would be like, ay, nako, sige, dito na lang ako. Okay, yung mga sinasama
Wait
mga
lang.
soft DDS.
Tatakbo niya sa Isko.
Ha? O yun, parang ano.
I mean, honestly, Isko is has appeal to the DDS.
Pero if kumbaga maganda din yung nasabi mo, kung if they're going to push through with that strategy, might as well get one from Mindanao.
Yeah.
Diba?
Then that's Torre.
Or Pacquiao.
Then it's Pacquiao couldn't even win the Senate, man. Like,
He doesn't have to win nga eh.
He just has to take it a
but it
vote.
couldn't be too weak.
Oo.
Feeling ko, kung ganun, Torre mo na. I-Torre mo na.
Tingin ko kasi, Pacquiao comes across kasi still as a national hero. And
Pero
if you
hindi
look
siya
at-
malakas sa Mindanao, yung numbers
Hindi
niya,
ba?
bro.
Hindi ba?
No, bro.
Mababa nung
Ang
huli.
baba niya sa Mindanao, bro, wala eh.
Pero he could campaign there.
Feeling ko,
Nagano
Torre,
siya.
if you want to
Hawak
split
nila Jensen.
Mindanao vote, you rather get Torre. But in theory, get someone who can split the Mindanao vote, the solid South. If you want to play that game. But someone that the Pinks know is not really what BBM is invested in. Parang BBM will support, parang kung may Villaroyo.
okay.
But again, that presents its complications, right? Like, ako, and this is where I bring in Bam to the picture. Wouldn't it be the most transformational thing to see na an Aquino and a Marcos say it's time to move on and face the existential threat to the constitutional democracy come 2028? Like, Bam can say, yes, hindi namin nakakalimutan ng ginagawa ng mga Marcoses, and Marcoses could say, we have our own version, blah, blah, blah. Pero para sa pakanan ng bansa, we're willing to create a Team Pinas against the Dutertes. Like, that would be a...
Sino yung Team Pinas?
Like, Bam Aquino as the president,
And?
backed by BBM, and then a VP from the BBM side. Or something like that.
Wow, I was gonna say, if you actually had a Aquino-Marcos tandem.
Kaso hindi pwede VP si Sandro eh.
Oh,
He's
bata
too
pa
young.
eh. Oh, bata
So
pa
it could
nun.
be Remulla. It could be a Bam Aquino Remulla unity candidate. Although my sense is Riza should be offered at the very least VP at this point in time. Parang if you don't put Riza on either of two, medyo ano yan. That could create well, for me, first of all, it's unfair not to put Riza there because she has to be covers. But anyway,
It's
we're
not a
just
topic
looking
of
at all.
It's not a topic of fairness. It's not an issue of fairness or deserving. Walang ganun eh.
Bakit?
It's about
You want the
winnability.
president. No,
It's about winnability. Listen,
But you know what's the problem with the winnability argument? We all agreed. Whoever the Pinks put, the loyals have no choice but to support. And the Pinks will support
Yes.
anyway. So automatically makuha mo yung 20%.
hindi, ang point ko lang,
So winnable silang lahat.
I know, pero ang point ko lang is, you don't say, oh, we're gonna pick this over this because mas deserve niya or, paano naman kung hindi kawawa, hindi naman fair. It's not about being fair. Listen, it's all about strategy.
No, it's winnability and also competence.
Sure, absolutely.
Both.
Listen,
Why should we choose?
sige, we'll talk about the winnability and about competence. But for me, for you to use the argument of fairness, that's a weak argument eh. Let's just make this person just to be fair. A for effort. Dahil may effort, bigay na sa kanya.
I'm not sure Riza is just A for effort.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
right?
I know.
No, my point is it could also create some bitterness with it. But again, the existential threat siguro will unify everyone.
Right.
So this really goes down to the 40% who are
Yes,
non-decided.
undecided.
Kasi parang
Yun
feeling
yung-
ko all of us can agree na whether it's Bam, Risa, or Lenny,
doesn't
no
matter.
choice.
We'll get
No
the-
choice na. But
That's
that gives
undisputed.
you around
And the Pinks,
2025.
Yes.
It's not enough to beat Sarah. Because Sarah will also win the soft ones who are undecided at some point. Potentially. No. I mean, Sarah will vote,
Hindi,
will
kaya
fight
nga,
for market vote rin.
Importante na ma-profile yung 40% in a way. Kasi
Exactly.
pakiramdam ko, yung 40%
It goes down to that
ito yun
oo.
Paano kung yung 40% na yun has a soft spot for Duterte?
Return of Duterte.
Tapos, medyo anti kay Marcos. So, pero hindi sila DDS, pero medyo anti sila kay Marcos. Doon papasok yung pagka-Aquino ni Bam, which is a sworn enemy ng mga Marcos. So ako mas, like I said doon sa previous episodes, mas Bam ako eh. Sa ngayon, syempre gusto natin...
Shinare mo naman, di ba? Yung sinabi ni Hey Darian about Bam. Shinare mo, di ba?
Oo,
Saan
oo.
ako nakita yung meme na?
Hindi, and, let's get to Senator Bam.
Okay,
Let's
pwede.
talk about it. Because at this point in time, Bam, I'll be honest, has the strongest argument. Because I don't think Lenny will run for president, or more than 50% chance. For good reason. Because Lenny wants to focus. I think she has been through a lot. I think she's a great mayor. I think and Lenny, she had 2 fantastic campaigns run by Bam. And I think logically makes sense for Lenny to say, I'm passing down the baton to Bam.
She's parang the senior. Parang,
yeah. So Lenny is really the spiritual. Now, if Lenny runs, then ibang usapan yan. It's really gonna be Lenny, Sarah. That's it. I don't even think anyone else will try. It will be like the battle of the century, right? But part of me feels Lenny. There's a reason why she's really hesitant to say anything, because I think she will be more open to endorse Bam. And this is where Bam coming number 2 in 2025. Again, I and Ronald have been saying this also, which is iba yung presidential race, iba. But there's something about being almost number 1 in the Senate race with so little money, with having so many liabilities supposedly, right? It tells you that baka winnable ka rin sa mga non-affiliated people. It looks like Bam has an appeal to non-Pinks, non-DDS, non-loyalists that perhaps we're not appreciating. Again, we don't have kasi exit polls. Ang daming kulang sa data. I cannot give you a definitive answer. But for me, instinctively, I can see a very strong argument for Bam that there's a reason why almost number 1 siya. And now with the Dutertes and Marcos dudurugin each other, maybe this is a chance for the Aquinos to come from behind again. Again, if I were to, that's why I'm talking about, like, I think we should have to take it very seriously. A Bam Aquino presidential candidacy is compelling, in my opinion. Whether you like it or not, for me, from a political standpoint, it's very, very compelling.
Okay.
Ako, number one, in terms of yung direksyon ng trabaho sa Senado, yung kanyang
Yun
messaging,
pa, exactly.
yung kanyang bills na gustong ipasa, and yung, I think BAM is number one ngayon.
Number 1 siya sa survey, di ba? Ni Malu, di ba? Yung survey. Di ba naman sa survey?
Yeah.
Which correctly, in fairness,
I know exactly.
which correctly got his number 2. I mean, I'm fair, despite all of the DDS ek ni Malu.
Ayun.
My point is, he's liked by everyone. He's doing very, I mean, Risa is still top 2, top 3. But Bam is
Kasi may direction eh.
sakto siya eh.
May
Yeah,
direction
and
kadena,
Exactly.
tapos
Oo.
yung
Education.
yung
Number
budget
1 in
ng
Senate,
Ang
number
ganda
2 in
ng ginawa
Senate
niya, di ba?
race, yeah.
Nag-target sila ng budget for education, protektahan yung budget from NEP, and they were able to accomplish yung trabaho. Tapos, the next phase is classroom
Yeah.
acceleration. So, guess what? Sa susunod na 2 taon, puro patayo sila ng patayo ng classroom. Kanino pwedeng makredito yun? Kay
Kay Bam.
Senator
yung
Bam.
blockchain
di ba?
rin dun sa corruption.
Yeah.
Blockchain mo.
O yun.
That's also bad.
So, napag-connecta niya yung dalawa, edukasyon, hindi korupsyon. So, in terms of branding and yung performance-wise and yung direction ng ginagawa sa Senado, I think number 1 ngayon si Senator Bam. Pangalawa, he is the least na anti-Duterte doon sa
Na anti-Duterte.
na anti-Duterte sa
Na-anti-Duterte, yeah.
sa grupo.
Yung matatanggap siya ng mga Dutertards.
Hindi, mas less,
Duterte supporters.
INC endorse siya. INC
INC
endorse.
endorse.
pero,
pa.
pero yun nga, pero kumbaga that's also in play, although syempre kung si Sara nga yung kalaban, so yun,
Well, you never know. Baka they will also.
Oh,
No, he might split them.
Kasi
No,
doon sa-
he's
doon sa-
the candidate who can split. No, good point.
Pwede.
Good point. No,
Good
no,
point.
no.
Kasi
That's the strength of Bam eh. Malakas si Bam sa ganun.
Like I said, kung saan tapos pangatlo, kung sa undecided, marami doon ng ayaw kay Marcos, his last name goes well with that. Kasi nga, sworn enemy ng ano. So, kumbaga, he clicks those boxes for now.
He's ticking all the boxes now, bro.
Oo,
Tapos hindi siya epal during the latest September. And parang si Kiko D pa nga yung mas, sa Aquino family.
Oo.
He's even allowing for his younger cohorts to take the... I think he's playing his cards very well.
Ako naman, sige,
Politically to, again, iba yung fairness. Since
iba yung fangirling.
Iba yung fairness, iba yung fangirl. Since di naman kayo believe sa fairness, team Boying, Team John Wick.
Okay, para sa akin with regards to Bam Aquino. Ito lang,
si Tim Gilbert para kompleto. Si Gilbert.
Ay, Gilbert ka. Oo nga, nangyari kay Gilbert.
Wala.
Yun nga yung pinakasikat sa kanila dati, di ba?
Oh,
Ayun,
sige,
ng buhay.
sige. Para sa akin, ganito lang with Bam Aquino. You're right, he's ticking off all the boxes. Yung Aquino name could be the
Plus or
one that...
minus.
Yeah, it could be plus or minus, depends on how you look at it.
But
Kasi,
so far,
oh yeah, but so far,
look more
ang
positive.
maganda kasi ngayon dito, ay nakikita mo naman, nawawala na yung narrative na sworn enemy ang Aquinos and Marcoses eh. Look at how the Aquinos and Marcoses have been working together, have been seen together, have actually done a lot of things together. And if you look at it, BBM's policies are very pro-Aquino.
yeah, continuity.
Yeah, it's a continuity of Pinoy sa policies eh. Anti-dynasty bill. Anti-corruption.
West Philippine Sea.
West Philippine Sea. All of it is actually closer to Aquino than it is to Duterte. So makikita mo, they have a lot in common. So yun ang okay doon. Number 1. Number 2, with regards to Bam Aquino for me, he is making the right moves, but, ito na yung but ko dito, how I wish he spoke up more pag sa usapan ng korupsyon, maximize the mileage on that. Yung sometimes I think they're keeping quiet on the most important topics
Play
eh.
safe siya.
I think that,
Play safe with
that's by design eh.
Okay, sige, okay.
Yun nga.
Sige, sige.
Play safe guy eh.
Okay.
Tayo din na nag-aano sa kanya nung elections eh.
Right.
We criticize him din eh.
He didn't listen and he became number 2.
Sa bagay, okay, you're right. Kasi if he had openly said anything about Duterte going to
He
the
will
ICC,
automatically
He might
lose
lose,
this.
he might lose
he
a certain
didn't.
portion
You're
of
right.
the ano.
Okay, so yeah, and I'm sure, and I don't want to be the one to wake up the DDS and say, ay, Bam pala is covert lang pala, hindi naman pala supporter ng mga Duterte. No. Bam supports the Duterte. So, yan happy na kayo, di ba? Whatever, you're right. If that's a political...
soft DDS talaga, have a soft spot
Okay.
for Bam too eh.
Okay, so then
That's the truth.
kanina binanggit ni Mark yung 40% undecided, di ba? Na meron baka dun mga magiging parang mas pro Sara in any case. I doubt it. You know why?
Dahil
You
gayo
know
kay
why?
Marcos.
No, the only reason I say hindi yun mangyayari, at least in the numbers you're expecting, is because Sara already is declaring she is going to run. So nung tinanong sa survey, sino mga iboboto nyo? With knowing Sara is running, 40% said, I am not decided. Yun yung point ko kasi if they were really Duterte, they would have said Duterte.
Hindi, pero kasi nakadepende sa mga kalaban ni Sara.
Yes, and no matter
If
what.
they don't like yung kalaban ni Sara, they might go
And
for
for
Sara.
me, ganito yan eh. Kung tingin mo, no, parang, I'm not sure if I want Sara, I'm gonna wait till sino yung ipapalit. Can you name a candidate that they would say, I prefer Sara over that candidate from the list that we're coming up with? Wala akong makita doon na pang-candidate kasi, ay, makikipag-Duterte na lang ako.
Hindi, kasi, for
kaysa,
example,
what? John Vic Remulla?
Oh.
Ano? Kaysa Torre? I don't know. Yun lang. Yun ang para sa akin.
Okay, now let's go to the other side, which is the independent side, na non-admin, non-pink, and then the DDS side. Sa independent, I think the biggest name is Grace Poe. Someone who's not associated with any of the groups we mentioned.
Wow.
She's not close with admin, she's not close with DDS, and Pink's also canceled her basically for 2016, whatever. Anyway, but she's very strong. Like the Paul Station Service shows, she's the runaway winner to be VP. I think she'll be a very strong VP candidate. Probably she'll run for Senate again, but I think there's an opening for her to be VP. By the way, her son Brian is also doing very well in the Congress. I know now because of the BICAM issues and all, probably Grace Poe wants to be quiet for a while. But I think if Grace Poe just sits this quietly and all, do nothing crazy, just play it nice and safe, malakasin yung Poe name eh. We were talking about Aquino, but the Poe name, yung
Malakas pa
masa din yun eh. For all I know, mas mag-split pa ng DDS base yan eh.
Oh.
So Grace Poe could be also a dark horse at the very least as a VP candidate.
Baka maulit yung 2016.
Right. And,
Pero,
and Grace Poe has a good relationship with BBM. I think maybe not Lenny, but probably with with the
Yellow.
rest. I think Bam is willing to work it out with kasi my bitterness from 2016 and all. I don't want to get into that. But anyway, Grace Poe for me of the non-affiliated is really one of the wild cards there because she's very strong in the Poe factor will always be there.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how easy Brian Poe party list just made it, and he's doing a good job by the way. But let's also talk about the okay, Sara.
ano lang ako kay Grace Poe.
You wanna please?
Mabilis
Yeah,
lang.
let's add on Grace Poe before we go to Sara.
Hindi, mabilis lang to. Kasi,
Go.
Ma'am Senator Grace Poe, isa lang talagang piece of advice ko talaga. 2 words.
Fangirling.
Two words.
At least girl. Oh.
Talaga. Ito, isa lang piece of advice ko kay Ma'am Grace Poe for 2028. 2 words. Batang Quiapo. Grace, maganda.
Alam na yan,
If she could star sa Batang Quiapo,
She knows,
she
yeah.
could have a nice role there.
Baka
And
with Brian pa nga, baka
Coco,
pa, yeah.
Coco Martin and parang mother figure, ganun-ganun. Ay, ang lakas niyan for 2028.
She knows it. Yeah,
Oo.
she's
Yun
a
ang-
natural. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, for me, for Grace Poe, I mean, I think she's such a nice lady. Her son is doing well in Congress. I like what the son's doing right now. And pag titignan mo si Brian, ano?
boy.
Pag titignan mo,
Kay Brian, fangirl ka na.
Asa pag tinignan mo, pag tinignan mo si Brian right now, ginagamit nga niya yung Poe last name eh. Hindi yung totoong last name niya eh. And even when he's going around, he's using the Poe last name. I mean, talagang you capitalize on whatever you have. If that's what you have, capitalize on it. Oo, ngayon, ang ano ko dito, ang take ko lang dito, Grace Poe right now, yun na nga eh, kasi nga nadama yung pangalan dito sa flood
quiet
control.
muna siya.
Let it die down, do something. And she possible for VP, not for president, diba? We're not talking for her to run for president.
But at the very least, no? Like you never know, right? But at the very least, for VP, she's very strong.
Yeah, okay. But who else are the other VP candidates you're looking at here that are possible aside from Grace Poe? You're saying ba John Vic Remulla for VP or for
Marami.
John Vic
may
will be
gusto.
for admin, but the other big VPs, obviously, Marcoleta is now in the conversation.
Bongo, Aimee.
Bongo.
Oh, no, then let's talk about the Duterte side na. O sige, go.
Let's go to the Duterte side.
Sara muna.
So it's gonna be 4 really vying for the VP of Sara, right? Bongo is a natural one in theory, but of course we know the dynamics, and there could be an ICC also for him. So medyo Bongo sa din now is a question mark. In a way, he was not. But in theory, Bongo is very strong. He could be even strong enough to be presidential if ever Sara.
Right.
So no one is understanding. But Marcoleta is coming to the conversation. Aimee is putting herself always in the
Putting
conversation.
herself.
And some private surveys I've seen show that actually she can still bring the solid north for Sara solid south. So actually, of all the potential matchups, Aimee actually helps the Sara case strong. And maybe not for her enough, but for Sara, ang laking plus ni Aimee compared to others. And then of course there's Robin Padilla. Like Yeah, he was always being talked as the VP. Automatically when he topped the race, di ba?
Wow.
Where is Robin Padilla, by the way, in the conversation? Parang biglang, yun nga eh, like,
Parang he
for all we
stated,
know, he's still very strong. I mean,
siya parang medyo playing safe sa maraming issue.
Biglang nag-ano siya,
Medyo,
no?
he's not an enemy of BBM,
Yeah.
pero he's diehard for Duterte, di ba? Pag
Kahit
sinunog mo
sunugin pa
siya.
siya, oh.
Pero he already stated, and I believe him when he said he won't be running for senator anymore.
So,
He will,
VP na yan.
no, so campaign manager ni Sara. So he is vying
Basta
for that.
loyal talaga kay Sara.
Oo. So I'm guessing na if Sara wins knock on wood, he could get a cabinet position, the SWD or
DLG.
something, something more comfortable for him than the Senate kasi baka hindi siya.
Hindi niya talaga.
Hindi niya talaga
At least, I mean, ano siya, it's not really his
Oo
thing.
I feel like he couldn't do as much as he wants to do doon sa Senate. Pero ayun, kasi like I said, baka siya nga yung matira eh. Pag na-ICC si Bato, si Bongo, baka si Robin na lang matira.
Yeah.
Na si Sara, he might be the only one left. And there are people na push na saying he's the substitute, he's the last one na naka-reserve for them. So, who knows? We
Pero
might even see a Robin Padilla presidential run kung matanggal lahat.
What about Marcoleta? Marcoleta is first,
Definitely.
The INC factor will be there. It's not gonna go
Oo,
away.
definitely. For VP race, I think mas nakalak ngayon kay
Yeah,
Marcoleta.
Marcoleta is
More
very
than- Of
strong.
course, si Aimee, nandyan din yung factor na, of course, galit yung mga DDS kay Marcos, tapos Marcos yung kukunin mong
Galit
VP.
din ang Marcos kay Marcos
Oo.
after ginawa niya sa kapatid niya the
Oo,
last month.
so,
Yeah.
ako si Marcoleta kasi yun nga if you
Yeah.
bring in Marcoleta sa filing pa lang, yung mga fans niya sa INC will become volunteers na
Yeah.
October pa lang, di ba? Mga
Malakas
kampanya
na
na yun.
kaagad,
So,
yeah.
merong ganung advantage, and if you're from Mindanao, you want someone from Luzon.
Yeah.
So, yun nga, like I said nga, galing nga ako sa Tarlac nung nakaraang linggo, there's a chance na parehong taga Tarlac yung tatakbo for president or VP kasi Bam Aquino of course is si Tarlac, si Marcoleta is I think from Paniki sa Tarlac. So
The rise of Tarlac again, no?
which is
Philippine
kumaga
politics,
may
yeah.
dalawa silang
Back
top
to the 50s.
presidential or VP.
Interesting.
So, ayun, sa akin, Marcoleta pa rin is the number one to beat pagdating sa VP. He makes the most sense kay Sara. Hindi sa tinuturuan natin si Sara. Ayaw nating mas lumakas sila, pero
No, we're just saying to the other side, be prepared for that tandem. That could be a very strong tandem. Ikaw, Chris.
Alam mo
closing
sa akin
remarks po tayo.
yung mga vice presidentiables, tama ka, Marcoleta has a strong base and he did come out number one. Number one siya, di ba?
Saan?
Sa Senate? Sino ba yun?
Five.
Number
Five.
5. Sino yun? Bongo was number 1 pala.
No, five
Number
na si
4.
Kiko.
Number 4 si Marcoleta. Number 5 si
No,
Kiko.
6.
6 or 7 siya.
Oo.
6 or 7.
Sino?
Si Marcoleta.
Ah,
Nasa ganun na
okay,
siguro,
okay.
6 or 7 nga.
Tama.
Sa top
oo.
half siya, top half.
Okay. So, para sa akin, Marcoleta strong, but I
Six
think
yata.
I think Aimee is stronger. Why? Kasi nga, Aimee can give the Duterte bloc that unity team that they've always wanted. Tapos yung mga BBM, mga Marcos supporters,
This time, ito incorrect unity.
parang ganun.
Correction.
yeah, may
Correction.
meron pa rin
Oh my
madadala
God.
sila sa pangalan. Pangalan lang
Yeah,
even if
I
she
know.
doesn't do anything. There are still unfortunately a lot of people that will vote just by last name. Yun pa rin yun, malakas yun eh. So,
Branding pa rin.
branding, may ganun pa rin. So, yun lang. So, if Sara were to pick between Marcoleta and Marcoleta or Aimee, ako lang, Sara should pick Marcos. Kasi yan, makukuha niya yung mga Marcos supporters kahit paano. Kahit na sabi mo hindi makukuha lahat, marami pa rin siya madadala.
Unless BBM makes like persona non grata, don't vote for my sis.
Sure.
Which I doubt he will. He's not that type.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Pero then, remember, that's VP. But doesn't mean she's gonna win as VP.
Yeah.
But it'll
But
make
close siya kay
Sara.
Sara, yun nga.
So Sara, strategically, I don't care if you win or not. Bring me
Basta
your votes.
I wanna win, yeah.
I want to get some of your votes because I will get some of your votes.
That's what the private surveys are saying. The Aimee is the best match for her.
Yun, okay. So,
and then Marcoleta.
sa akin naman, eto lang, Bongo, actually, there's a lot of factors pa rin with Sara. Sara may not even be able to run.
Yeah,
She may end up in the ICC. Remember, her name was actually listed in the Las Cañas testimony. So, baka ma-ICC yun. For all we know, siya, si Bongo, madala. Pero let's say, sabihin natin, si Sara hindi nakapagtakbo. Baka ma-impeach siya. Ang daming pwedeng mangyari pa rin moving to 2028. Let's say, ma-impeach siya, madala sa ICC, plunder case, whatever it may be. Ang dami niyan. Alright? Then you've got Bongo. Bongo actually could even win as president. Malakas yan si Bongo. Alright?
Yeah.
So that's...
We've always been saying that.
Yeah, that Bongo is no slouch, ha. And remember, may dalawang kampo yan sa loob ng Duterte, Bongo's camp and Sara's camp. It's known that those two are two different camps, kaya hindi mo sila makikita
But
magkakasama.
if they also face existential threat from the other side, they might
They
also
might,
be fine. Yun
sure.
nga the stakes are very high.
Yeah.
But what if, let's think about a very wild scenario. Sara cannot run, Bongo cannot run, Bato is in jail. Sino? Baste,
Baste
Polong?
can run. Baste can
Omar? Gusto ko si Omar eh. si
Tuyang,
Omar.
tuyang.
Omar Duterte. Para maganda yan.
So let's say Sara and Bongo cannot run.
Unless something
Oh.
happens, legally and all. Yeah.
I don't think they will field the candidate. The way I see it, I don't think they will. They'll just basically throw
No,
it
they
away.
will. I think,
You think they
nandiyan
will?
pa si Robin, nandiyan pa si Baste.
Yeah, but do you really think Robin will even win?
Hindi, pero they will run.
But
You think
try.
they'll even try?
Oo.
Why wouldn't they
Why
try
wouldn't
anyway?
they
That's an
try?
interesting take.
Oo.
Well, listen.
All,
I've
all
seen...
the campaign funds din na
They'll
ano
give
ang
up.
dami.
Hindi, tingnan mo si Sarah. Honestly, I have a feeling that she might not even decide to run if she
Yeah,
sees... Nakikita mo kay Sarah, meron
Unless
siyang...
sure hindi yan tatakbo.
Oh, kasi nakita mo, 2022, this is what interestingly that happened with Sarah. She was supposed to run for president. She didn't do it because she had this feeling na pag tumakbo si BBM, they saw the internal surveys, she said, hindi kami mananalo. They both weren't gonna win. So she
Kaya
decided to
alam
just...
niya,
Kaso
Hindi
ano
siya
din kasi,
Yeah.
Tsaka alam
ang
niya-
Pero
problema
that's what
kasi
I mean.
Chris, ano existential din sila ngayon eh.
Oh, pero at the same time, yun ang sinasabi ko that she doesn't think she's ready. I still think she doesn't think she's ready. I still think in the back of her mind,
Yeah.
she's almost afraid na paano kung manalo ko and I'm gonna screw this up so bad. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Yung may ganun yan eh. Yung takot kang manalo,
I'm
may
not sure
ganun.
competence has been their primary.
Well, you're right. You're right. It's always been...
Essential na talaga to. I
Yeah.
think everyone is desperate to
everyone
run.
is ano
The
eh,
Pinks want to run because they want to end this nightmare of Duterte Marcos thing. The Marcoses have to have a say because they don't want to have a second exile. The Dutertes want to come back with vengeance. Otherwise, baka sila pang ma-purge. Kaya nga, Paste probably is the next one in line. No?
Robin
as
Baste,
if naman-
I think yun ang hindi kung
With
wala silang
Robin
choice eh.
Hindi, kung
Ay,
walang
Robin
choice.
as
Let's say
president,
talagang,
Hindi,
Oh.
as president, pwedeng
As in,
either
kung
one.
wala na sila, like talagang
Oh,
they're on their
depleted.
last stand na. Kasi, a scenario where Bongo and Sal are not running is most like a scenario when Bato is in jail. Two of the others are facing jail. Like, it will be like a apocalypto situation for them eh.
Total ano na eh.
Oh.
So might as well ano
Go
eh.
for all in na.
Go for broke na. Pero
Go for
para
broke
sa akin
na.
ganito yan ha.
Shut up na lang sila.
Yeah,
Pag
hindi,
naman-
pero sa akin kasi
kailangan
ganito.
shut up na lang sila.
Pero ito,
Kahit
sige,
tumakbo si Baste, alam ni Baste hindi siya mananalo. Sa Davao nga eh. Alam niyang hindi siya mananalo kaya isipin mo, have you ever seen a mayor decide to run for vice mayor the next year?
Kasi yung tatay niya tumakbo.
Oo,
Hindi,
tatay.
yung tatay niya ayaw na nung tumakbo.
I know,
It's
but-
just
but
Baste
you
knew
just
he
said
wasn't gonna
yourself,
win.
It's the family name, right? You just said it yourself. There's a reason why Amy can still bring something to Sara. This is the sad thing about politics. For all the joke time that Dutertes are, like it's just levels of incompetence. Feeling ko, a part of Basta will think maybe they could. Again, I was one of the first who argued that why none of them ran for Senate because they knew they were not as strong. But you can imagine, if they have no choice, they will still bank on
May
the
isa
Duterte
pa ako
name.
sasabihin na nagpaplano
Oo, kasi
na
po nga eh, may
pwede
chance
nilang
nga eh.
option kung ma-deplete sila lahat. Another one is Alan Cayetano. He is waiting
Yun!
for an opportunity.
Yun!
Always planning yun.
Yun!
Plano yun pala.
Yun! Yeah, actually,
Ah.
Alan Peter Cayetano,
Oh.
Caldero King, Alan Peter Cayetano, he is really waiting in the wings,
Oh,
right? This
looking for an
will
opportunity
be
to
his
ano.
chance, bro.
Get in.
With Marcoleta. Mag-team up sila ni Marcoleta.
Okay ba ano nila?
That would be an
Nila,
interesting.
oh.
That would,
I would say, Alan Peter Cayetano, go for it. Run. I want you to run.
Alan,
Yeah, run, Alan, run. Let's go for it. Alam mo, all out ako, game ako dyan. Regardless of if Sara runs or not, tumakbo ka, Alan. Sige.
Sa mga senators, meron pa rin. Meron pa
What
rin.
about- what about-
Hindi, marami kasi. Meron ka like,
What
Dagatchalian.
about cheese?
Si Cheese, yun.
Wala
Yun
na
ang
eh.
plano kasi si Cheese natamaan masyado
even
nung
mention
ano eh.
cheese, no?
Wala na.
Because
Baka
of
hindi na
the-
siya masama sa listahan kasi nakalimutan na natin siya sa episode na to eh.
Hindi, pero yun, like, Dagatchalians, may mga ano eh.
Wala
Feeling
na
ko,
sa ganyan.
alam mo,
Yes.
pag mag-survive si Jinggoy dito, baka si Jinggoy yun. Feeling ko.
Hindi,
The Estrada,
ang nawala sa listahan, nakasama ko before, the Villars. Ang laki ng tinama sa Villar this year. I think one of the biggest losers.
Pero when you say the Villar, who are you referring to? Mark?
Yes, siya yung ay, hindi, siya yung
presidential?
si Mark.
Presidential ba?
Siya yung ano eh, hindi as VP. Kung si
Somewhere
Sara,
in the conversation,
yun ang ano eh, yun ang kasi one of the biggest supporters ng mga Dutertes are of course the Villars.
Uy, pauwi na ako. Pag-usapan din natin si Magalong. What about Magalong? Do you think he will make a move for VP at least? Or either Magalong or Lacson. Those two guys seem to have some ambition for the higher office.
Yeah, but under who?
Ako si Lacson
yun.
for
Duterte?
ano?
Independent? I don't
No,
know.
si Lacson ang akin ang for BBM's candidate. Yun ang mas
Yung nga.
ano.
Parang yung Lacson is more BBM.
He has nothing to lose.
Magalong
Tapos,
probably more in the
anytime he
center,
could.
independent.
So yun ang tingin ko kay Lacson. He could
Interesting.
run, he could try. If in the middle of the race, pakiramdam
I think Lacson wants to give it one more shot.
I'll just stay as senator.
Yeah.
Si Magalong, medyo ano kasi, medyo nawala ng ang ganda sana nung nung momentum, medyo na ano ng konti, pero he has still time
He'll still
to
be there.
Oh, he
I
could
think-
still.
I think Mayor Magalong still be. And the next 2 years could be another plot twist. Who knows? Baka next year he'll be friendly again with President BBM and then he'll be on. I don't know. And he has very good relationship with Vico. So he has credentials also among some pinks or
Yeah,
progressives.
yung black na yun, no?
Oo, yung
Joy,
Vico eh. Yeah,
Vico.
yeah, exactly.
The Mayors for Good
Yeah, I
Governance.
think-
Hindi
I
pa natin
think-
napag-uusapan yun. Kasi that's another
Yeah, but
another-
personally, I would say Senate would make sense for him. But I think Magalong and Lacson will also be in the mix. Kasi sila rin yung strong leader, kind of ganun
Yeah.
yung positioning nila. Okay, let's end it on there. Kasi nung umabot kay Alan Peter kahit medyo kinabahan na ako saan pupunta ng usapan na to. On that note, I hope you enjoyed itong
New
really
Year.
point by point.
Year
Very
ender.
very constructive conversation about our next presidents of the Republic. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Team Boying from Team John Vic. Ikaw naman, ano ka? Ayun, yan ang gusto ko sa'yo.
Yeah, tsaka Team Junjun.
Yun, si Junjun din natin mag-usapan.
He
On
could
that
run
note,
na next election.
ayan.
Thanks.
Oh my God, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna 2025 was a very crazy year. But I suspect 2026 will be even crazier. So, tuloy-tuloy lang sana yung supportan niyo sa amin. Kay Kristan, obviously, man of the moment. Buyaka siya. Of course, itong extraordinary vlogger natin. Baka bukas na tayo ng media company natin para may money din tayo. Para popcorn gallery. Gawa tayo ng popcorn. Barbero popcorn gallery.
Alright.
Something like that. Alright.
Sige, salamat sa inyo lahat. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll see you guys and we'll see you on the next
Happy New
episode
Year.
of Podcom.
Buyaka siya.